Hey everybody, and welcome back to the vlog. I bet you thought I was dead. I bet you thought the mafia guys shot me or something, right? I don't know. But none of that is true. No one got me. No one. So let's see. The last time I did a video was November 10th when my friend died in my house. That was kind of traumatic. You might think because I've been around murders all my life, it would be something I would get used to. And the answer to that thought, if you're thinking that along those lines, no, it wasn't. It was messed up. Um, so this is going to be a channel update. This is going to be an update about the movie and where the channel is going to be going in this time period of January 2025. I can't believe it. I don't even know where to start. Every time I got multiple things to talk about, I fail. But let's see if I can not fail this time. Okay, first, I want to wish everyone a happy new year. And I hope you guys had a Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, and happy whatever other religion you may be. I think 2025 is going to be one of the most interesting years of my life, and I've had 70 years of it. So let's give you an update on the movie. I last spoke to Rob Port about 10 days ago, and he is now, well, he's probably 90 pages into the script. He read some of it to me, and it's really, wow, mind blowing. And when I'm working with Rob, he pulls things out of my memory, or my, or he makes me reflect. He makes me go back 50 years, and then as I'm telling the story, he's asking me questions, and I'm pulling things out that, oh yeah, I do remember. Oh no, oh, and that's the way. Wow, this is going to be a powerful movie. It really is. I mean, he just keeps almost like an interrogator, but not, like he pulls things out of me. God bless you, Rob. Now, speaking to Rob, Rob needs our prayers because Rob, of course, lives in the area where the California fires hit. And although Rob's house did not burn down, it was classified as unlivable. Couldn't live in this. So I think he has two children, two small children, young kids, 9, 8, 10, somewhere in there, and a wife, of course. And so my prayers go out to Rob. I don't know how much of a delay that's going to put the movie back, if any. I don't know. Um, and of course, Rick, the producer, he lives in that area too. I don't know what happened to him, but God bless you too, Rick. And so that's basically the update to where the channel is, where we're going. So now I'm going to be doing a video about this woman right here. Anybody can guess who she is? And you know what? I'm going to be talking about the 3 women in my life that I married and why. Okay? And this is number 2. And when I say number 2, I mean number 2. What a piece of number 2 that. Yeah, stay there, you. Yeah. And don't forget, when I was with her, she was 25. She was in like, what is she, like 80 years old now or something? But anyway, back in May, I shot a episode of a new television series that's going to be premiering this month. I had a hard time locating the producers to find out the air date and when it's going to be on, but it's going to be on. So for those of you that don't know who she is, her name is Danielle Staub, and she was the star of the hit television series by Bravo, The Real Housewives of New Jersey. And boy, did that create a lot of controversy when her castmates found out that she was in that book. That book right there. One more day, President Trump is going to be President Trump again. Oh, I'll talk about that a little bit. Oh, so thank God. Anyway, so that woman, Danielle Staub, her mugshot. Should I show it to you? Let me show it to you. Her mugshot was in my book. Her FBI mugshot was in my book, along with the story of her FBI arrest in June of 1986. There she is right there. Can you see her? Now, although she doesn't look too hot there, he was on a 3-day cocaine binge with a cartel enforcer, Danny Aguilar. Anyway, so they all get arrested. She pistol whipped the guy, kidnapped him, called his father up in New York, and tried to get the ransom money. But what a bunch of idiots! She gets arrested, and to make a long story short, I meet her and I flip her. I was working with the DEA at that time, June 1986, going back and forth, working with a guy by the name of John Uribe. All in the book. All the stuff's in the book. Gotta buy the book. Gotta pick up a copy of the book. So anyway, she changes her name to Danielle, marries some rich guy by the name of Staub, who had he sold gym equipment, made a good money. They both lived in a $2.5 million house, and so I went pretty easy on her on the book because at the time we wrote the book, we did background on everyone that I was going to be talking about and gave them a chance to, hey, this is a book that's going to be written. Do you want to put your input in it? And she chose not to. She just chose not to. Like, guess she didn't believe it. I don't know, but the book was real and it did come out. Not once, but twice. Second time, thanks to her. My cash cow, ching ching. I just keep making money off her. Anyway, yeah. Anyway, so her castmates Googled her, and this book popped up that she was in it. Then they saw, oh shit, she's a gangster. She got caught with 8 explosive devices, aka bombs. Bombs she got caught with. So she was in a lot of trouble. I flip her. She gives me a bunch of 3 drug deals or 4 drug dealers back down in Miami. DEA went to the U.S. Attorney's Office, tried to make a deal with him. And to make a long story short, they got her a non-custodial sentence, 5 years probation. And she came back up. And then I wound up marrying her. Okay. So that's like the den. And there's a whole bunch more. There's a whole bunch of videos I got on this channel if you go back. I'm going to be doing more as my documentary comes out. I thought it was pretty good where it tells my side for an hour, a whole hour. You're going to be hearing it. So I thought you guys might be interested in the women in Kevin Ma's life. I'm going to have to refer to this here again. So the exception of so my first wife was really my true love. Her name was Elizabeth Escher, and she was married when I met her to a mob hitman who murdered 3 people, a double homicide and a single homicide. He murdered this guy by the name of Hodge. He was a famous singer, musician, a black guy. And he killed her. It was all diabolical plots. I mean, every one of these murders were like. So anyway, I wind up being introduced to this woman, Elizabeth Escher, at the time, whose husband was Robert Escher. And he was in Rikers Island awaiting trial on 3 murders, double in Queens and 1 in Manhattan. In fact, the DA that prosecuted him was the same DA that prosecuted the guy that killed John Lennon. His name was, the DA's name was Alan Sullivan. You know, he was the top homicide DA. Great guy. God bless him. I don't know if he's still alive. So anyway, I wound up working her. So there was a plot to kill everyone in the house that she lived in with this other woman, Alice Melise. And Alice was murdered for insurance money. Her friend was murdered for insurance money. And her 5-year-old son was murdered for insurance money. he was decapitated. He was all the women, the two women were sexually molested with a 14-inch serrated kitchen. It was a brutal crime. It made all kinds of headlines. I wound up working that, putting the perpetrator. Let's see if we get some pictures here. Yeah. I didn't know, when sometimes when I sit down here, I don't know what the hell I'm going to say. I mean, I got so many things going on. Okay, so this is the mutt that decapitated a 5-year-old little boy for money. He's burning in hell right now, and he's been there since 90. Um, and this is my first wife's husband at the time, right there, Robert Escher. So all of these stories are in the book, but I think that I do a better job telling the stories to you guys here rather than to read the book. But it's there. So a lot of times I'm getting, I'll be 71 in 3 months. 71. Who got some guns? Oh, and the other thing, I had some minor surgery. Yes, here. Should I show them?
Don't.
No, I shouldn't show them.
You're going to be monetized.
I'll get the money. Yeah, I had surgery. I had surgery on Thursday. Wasn't serious surgery, but it was a successful one so far. Knock on wood. So I went through that. So there was a whole bunch of reasons why I was gone. But I almost gave you the flash there, but it doesn't look. Let's put it this way. On Thursday, I had one belly button. Now I'm going to have 4 fucking holes in my. But where was I? I was talking about the women in my life. Okay, so the first one was Beth. That marriage lasted 13 years. After putting her husband in prison for 375, he got 325 to life sentences. He died in prison in 1990 of a brain aneurysm, Robert Escher. So what happened was I really did fall in love with Beth. And I really did marry her. And I really did raise Bobby. Let's see if we can get a picture of Robert Escher, who's now 50. He just turned 54 years old. Let's see if we can get a picture of him. He doesn't look nothing like this. He wound up looking just exactly like his father. There he is right there in one of my Corvettes at my lot right there. That's Bobby Escher Jr. So when I met Beth like saved me. When I got out of prison in 1975, I got a job working for the railroad, Conrail, and I moved out of New York, and I left everything behind. That's why I think I lived. Because had I gone back, I was already an informant, but I didn't inform on Joey Bikini or any of my friends. I didn't. But had I gone back, I think that Roy DeMeo would have whacked me. He hated me so much. And so I lost contact with him. Then in 81, Roy DeMeo got whacked and I didn't hear. Back in the old days before computers and CNN 24-hour news, if you missed the 6 o'clock news or you missed today's newspaper, that story was gone. It was gone, So everyone said, well, how could you not hear what Roy DeMeo told you? Well, because I didn't watch the news. I was working for a living, raising a kid, I had a wife. I was living the American dream. I owned my own house, 34th Street, Woodridge, New Jersey. You can Google that. That's the house that I bought. And I was living a normal life until I got involved with John Uribe, the member of the Medellin drug cartel, and then DEA, and so a whole bunch of other things. I can tell you guys this now because this screenwriter really pulled so many things, so many stories, so many details of these stories that really do make a difference in the way the story sounds and is received by the listener or the reader. It really does. A lot of people come to this channel to get Roy DeMeo content. I knew him for a year. I was thieving with him for a year, and him and Chris, it really wasn't, Roy DeMeo was a nobody when I knew him. He was an absolute zero. 1973, he was just coming up. He was nothing. He was a punk as far as I'm concerned. Joey Bikini was the real fucking Joey Bikini was Joey Bikini. Had he not been murdered by that piece of shit, would have been the cool John Gotti. He would have went up. He was murdered in 1976. He probably would have because he just had charm, charisma, just a good guy, but a tough guy, but a no nonsense. Like, and when I saw him kick the shit out of Roy DeMeo, I mean, I don't want to get off track here, but um, this movie contract that I signed with a major motion picture company is a three-picture deal. I don't know if they're going to make two or three. I guess depending on how number one comes out, and then roll into a television series. So the contract it includes a television series and three feature films for X amount of dollars. Um, so where was I now? So now we'll talk about. Okay, so that's the first wife. I lost track. So now I'm married to the vice president of The Economist magazine. Now, the Economist magazine is one of the most prestigious magazines in the world, based out of London, England. And it is also, at the time I was with my wife, Beth, it was 128 years old, this magazine. And that's 50 years ago. So do the math now. I mean, it's probably a 170-year-old magazine, but it was a very prestigious magazine. And she was the vice president of circulation for the magazine in North America. So, and we used to go to London. I went two or three times with her out there every September to do that. And anyway, so I was married to a very, an executive. And go figure, the hell did she see in me? I know, but I'm not telling. So what did she see in me? I know, but I'm not telling. Okay, so then I wound up getting involved with her, aka the Beast. Is my phone number coming on here? No, it says off phone. That one right there. And then I wound up having to marry her. But there was a problem. I was already married to Beth, so I had two wives at the same time. Boom. Also in the book. So then I went, that's it. I'm done. So the last time I was married was to Danielle Staub. I dated her for 2 years, married her for 1 year to the day, October 25th. So it lasted from October 25th, 1988 to October 25th, 1989. And thank God I ridded myself of that beast. Also, Beast, aka Cash Cow for Kevin. Because she got me a movie. Then she got me a movie deal. Okay, so when I got that book from Simon and Schuster, they only reprinted my book because of her and all the publicity surrounding this one. So I got that. Then I got a movie deal and television deal with Sony Pictures and Sony Television. Ching ching. Thank you very much. Then let's talk about the lawsuit, Marr versus Staub, Staub, U.S. District Court, Los Angeles, California. There was a lawsuit, which it's settled, and I'm not allowed to talk about it, other than there was a lawsuit. You can Google it. I was on TMZ. Check it out. You're gonna get a good laugh. You'll get a good laugh out of that. So that was settled, and that's all I'm going to say about it. It was settled. And then what happened? So that happened. Um, wow, that happened the same time I met this other beautiful young lady who was 26 years my junior, and her name was Maribel Lopez. Now, at the time I met her, I owned my own company, Cop Without a Badge Investigations, who we primarily did workers' compensation fraud investigations. And we worked with a lot of TPAs and insurance companies. And Maribel, who stood I say she's 6'12". She says she's 5'11". Tall, Latina, absolutely beautiful, stunningly beautiful. I mean, anywhere you went with her, I hope she. I hope yeah, yeah, yeah. It's the truth. The truth is the truth. And so we had our. I think I was 58 when I met her, and she was 29. And the next thing we know, she's pregnant. I and I thought I was shooting blanks all these years. I never had anybody. I never made anybody pregnant, but Mexican women are very fertile. I should have figured it out. Every time I came out, when I first came out here, every Mexican woman I seen had was trailing like 3, 5 freaking kids. But anyway, nothing made me more happy in my life at that time, and still to this day, is when Maribel got pregnant. She got pregnant, and I couldn't believe it. I made her pee on the stick twice. I couldn't believe it. And then 9 months later, my beautiful daughter Kaylee was born. And you know what, baby, do me a favor, go get that picture over there. I'll show you a picture of my beautiful baby, the one in the pool. Yeah, take that off the wall. So I'm like right now, I'm like reminiscing because that's my beautiful daughter. Is this reflecting in the friggin' lights, all the windows? Oh, I can do it this way. Look how beautiful she is. She was in the pool with me. We had a pool in the backyard. And what a handsome guy that was over there. Huh? I was like 58 years old at the time. Anyway, that's my beautiful daughter, Kaylee. And so that was wife number three. The marriage didn't last because I'm an asshole. You know what I tell you. Lasted 4.5 years. Um, we both co-parent our beautiful daughter, who became valedictorian when she graduated 8th grade. Okay? See, yeah, I have a beautiful daughter. I'm so proud of her. So I just wanted to. What else? Okay, so I just thought I'd let you know about the three women in my life that affected my life, affected, uh, um, impacted my life and made me the man I am today. The man that stands before you in this. Oh, isn't it great too? Hey, he's the president. Now I can say the president looks just like me. I love doing. I'm such an idiot, right? I'm such an idiot. I love him. God bless him. He'll be our president tomorrow. And the end of the jerk off will be out of here. Um, So anyway, I just wanted to let you guys know again, if these producers from Warner Brothers ever contact me and let me know when the show's going to air, I'm going to give it to you guys and you can do it. Again, I'm sorry for the long absence, but there was just, I'm a guy that has ADD, right? I've had it all my life. I can't do two things at once. I can't. I can't be doing a movie script and movie dealing with this and dealing with death and dealing with everything that I've been dealing with. I'm no good. I'm only good at doing one thing at a time. So, having said that, I wish you guys a great new year. And like I said, I think this is going to be one of the most interesting years of my life. And please like and subscribe. Oh, and I want to also thank a whole bunch of people that was subscribing, even though I didn't post anything in over 2 months now. I want to thank you. Welcome to the channel. I want you guys to like, subscribe, and do whatever we do to build the channel. How fun is this channel when this movie's being made and I'm shooting? And I don't know if they're going to let me shoot little videos on it. I don't know, but it's going to be very cool. See you on the next one.